It is day 8 of the Eat from the Pantry challenge, and tonight I will be making homemade pizza. I've got my dough in the bowl. We'll only be using half of that. The other half we'll use tomorrow night for pull-apart bread. And then I've got about a third of a can of tomato sauce and a half pint of my homemade spaghetti sauce. That'll be the sauce for the pizza. And then don't have quite enough pepperoni to cover the whole pizza, but we'll use what we have. And then I have some ham that's been in the freezer since December, and that'll go on there. And then I have some peppers and onions. These are ones that I grew in the garden last year. And then mozzarella, Parmesan, and Romano cheeses. And I will also, off of my Arrow garden over there, I will pick some fresh basil to go on top, and then also we will have salad from the lettuce that's in there. And I made the pizza and cantaloupe. I picked up some cantaloupe when I picked up that watermelon last week, and I just opened it and it smells terrific. And then I made a salad with the lettuce from the Arrow garden and some colorful carrots that I had in the fridge. Today is day 9 of the Eat from the Pantry challenge, and I will be making cheeseburgers. I had one bag of rolls left. After this, I'm going to have to make my own rolls after I use these ones up. And then we've had a sleeve of hamburger patties in the freezer for a while. And then another bag of these roasted red potatoes with peppers and onions from Trader Joe's. This is the last bag of these. And then I will make a salad to go with this as well. Alright, here is how day 9's dinner shaped up. Made a burger with cheese. I've got some red onion. I had to slice into my last red onion, so that should hopefully last through the week, but because I'm the only one that likes it. And I've still got a lot of yellow onions left, so. But my red one will probably be gone in a week. And then some homemade dill pickles on top. I did my fruit shop for the week. I picked up strawberries, grapes, cantaloupe, and bananas. And I still have mandarin oranges and a few apples in the fridge. Made a salad with radish, carrot, purple onion, and lettuce, and then the roasted potatoes with onions and peppers with some ketchup. Right, for day 10 of the Eat from the Pantry challenge, I had some lamb shanks in the freezer, and I've got them going in the crock pot with a tomato-based onion peppery sauce on top. Alright, in my second crock pot, I am making sweet potatoes for me and my daughter, and baked potato for my son. And yeah, these, I had to cut a couple spots out of the sweet potatoes, but the rest of it's still good. So that's one thing when you have sweet potatoes and potatoes in your food storage. You need to make sure that you rotate them pretty frequently, or at least check through them pretty frequently and make sure nothing's sprouting or getting bad spots. And then I also have dough rising in here for garlic or pull-apart bread for dinner tonight as well. This is the other half of the pizza dough that I made earlier in the week. Alright, this is what day 10's food looks like cooked. Got some lamb shank here, some colorful carrots, the garlic pull-apart bread, and a baked sweet potato with butter and a little bit of brown sugar. I really wanted something sweet tonight. I generally don't eat sweets, but I wanted something sweet tonight, so that fits the bill. So the challenge is going pretty good. Other than buying fruit and milk, I have spent nothing on groceries. The first week it was around 45. This week it was around 58, and some change, for the fruit and the milk. So that's a far cry from the $200 a week spending that I was doing before. Okay, today is day 11 of the Eat from the Pantry challenge. It's a fend for yourself night. I've been working in the garden all day, and I'm going to go back out as soon as I'm done eating this. But this is just one of the TV dinners I had on hand. It is, oh gosh, what was it? Chicken in a wine sauce with red potatoes and some broccoli, and then I threw on a banana. So this is not one of my homemade TV dinners. This is Stouffer's Fit Kitchen, I believe is what it's called. This whole thing is only 260 calories, believe it or not. There's a lot of food there. Of course, I added a dollop of butter, so it's a little more than that, but it's amazing. The Fit Kitchens are really amazing. They're really tasty. They give you a lot of food for not a ton of calories. And I have about 3 of these in my freezer that were in the bottom of the freezer, so I'm pulling them out on the fend for yourself days when I don't have the energy to cook. Okay, today is day 12 of the Eat from the Pantry challenge. I made teriyaki rabbit legs in the crock pot, and the recipe for that will probably go up before this video actually goes up. But it is really, really good. And then cantaloupe for the fresh fruit, and then working through our stockpile of sweet potatoes. These are, what are they called? Garnet. Those are the Japanese garnet sweet potatoes. It's that outside color it refers to. The inside looks about like a Yukon Gold potato, but it's definitely a sweet potato. It tastes very sweet. And then green beans. I had a few cans in the back of the cupboard I found of French green beans, or French cut green beans. These are not home grown, home canned, but they're French, and I love the French style so much. And they do need to get used because they're approaching the expiration date. So that is day 12 of the Eat from Pantry challenge. Today is day 13 of our Eat from the Pantry challenge. Excuse me. I have a bag of chicken backs here. I am going to make honey barbecue chicken in the crock pot with these. I have a couple leftover sweet potatoes and a couple leftover regular potatoes, and my son will eat these just as they are. These, those sweet potatoes, I'm gonna take out of the skins and mash up, and then just warm those up in the microwave. And then I've got a bag of broccoli and a bag of cauliflower that I need to use, and our stove has gone out, and I'm not sure when it's going to get fixed. So we do have the single burner that plugs in. So I will be boiling these on that. Or if I can't find that, then I will put these in the steamer basket in the rice cooker and steam them. We'll manage. But anyway, that is the plan for tonight's dinner. Alright, this is what day 13 shaped up to look like. I did not end up making the broccoli and cauliflower because they're messing around with the electricity, so I couldn't use the hot plate up there. And they started just when this food was done. So I just didn't bother, and I threw together a salad instead. So our salad tonight is lettuce, radish, carrots, colorful carrots, and red onion. That's it. Okay, I made backs for the barbecue chicken, and so there's not a ton of meat on it. This is mostly bone, but probably get about a good portion off of 3 of them. Then I made up a fruit salad. It's got cantaloupe, cameo apple, red grapes, pineapple. Is that all I put in it? Oh, and oranges. There's some oranges in there. And then this is leftover sweet potato that I just mashed up and threw in the microwave. So that is Eat from the Pantry Challenge dinner number 13. Well, having the electricity turned off so they can rewire the wiring, that is what's causing the stove not to work, won the day because I could not cook dinner tonight. Which, you know, makes it hard to do an Eat from the Pantry challenge when everything would be cold. Edible, but not palatable. So we went to local drive-in. They make everything from scratch, so it's not too terribly bad. But yeah, this did take a hit to the challenge. Fortunately, the wiring will be done tonight, and the stove will be back in use. That's really stupid because it's not even an electric stove, but the computer in the stove and the fan in the stove will not run if there's no electric, and we didn't want to gas the house up. So this is day 14 of the Eat from the Pantry challenge. A little bit of a fail, but I'll get right back on the horse when I can start actually, you know, using electricity and cooking again.